Good afternoon again, everyone. This is Michael Williams with Decision Resources. Welcome to today's Enterprise CRM for Manufacturers webinar. I'm VP of Operations with DRI, and I'll be starting things off. Joining me in a few minutes will be Ross Jones. I'll kick things off with 5 or 6 minutes with some PowerPoints, and then Ross will take us through a demonstration of the N4 CRM application. So I'll just get started now. And the topic this afternoon is Enterprise CRM for Manufacturers, and I appreciate everyone being here. This is a timely topic for our Syteline and CloudSuite industrial customers. There is an ever-increasing complexity in the sales cycle with growing and diverse sales organizations with more mobile requirements and more complex sales cycles, and working with legacy CRM solutions, whether they're email contacts or small business contact systems, is something many of our clients have outgrown, and so we're happy to be able to bring N4 CRM to our customers. This is very timely for all of our customers and for the market in general. CRM is growing, and that is illustrating more complex sales cycles in industry today, a more demanding mix of processes and procedures to meet those needs. And I suspect all of you this afternoon are here because you have similar needs, and if you're looking at these solutions for your sales organization, your competitors are as well. So it's important that you have the best, most efficient tools available to your team. CRM solutions are around in some form or fashion. You can see some metrics here. A lot of companies have adopted some form of CRM and have really, in some cases with cloud solutions, feel like they're stuck and can't get access to their data. Ease of use is critical to a sales organization, and adoption is key to achieving the benefits of an integrated CRM solution, as well as having it tied in so the data makes sense and everyone has access to it. And that's where N4 CRM fits in. N4 CRM is a mature product. It's been in the CRM marketplace for over 15 years. Like Syteline, N4 acquired the product a number of years ago and has been working to integrate it and bring it into the customer base with fully integrated solutions. You can see in every business application segment there are research analysts that evaluate the marketplace and the competitors. And this is from the last half of last year, the CRM matrix, and you can see that N4 CRM is in the leaders quadrant with well-known names like Salesforce and Microsoft, and it's kind of got a bullet. It's getting more powerful and increasing all the time in its capabilities. As in fact, for both this year and last year, it's been recognized to be in the leaders quadrant and getting better all the time. A couple years ago, maybe almost 3 years ago, when N4 acquired the N4 CRM product, previously in the marketplace as SalesLogic, the CEO of N4 said he's happy to be able to bring an end-to-end solution now to all of their ERP customers to really meet the needs so customers don't have to go somewhere else for these types of solutions in their business. Introducing a little bit of the capabilities before we hand it off to Ross. N4 CRM is a strong player in the marketplace. You'll see in a few minutes we have rich CRM functionality. It works where you need it to work, whether that's on a smartphone, a tablet, or on your desktop computer. We have some of the strongest Outlook integration in the CRM marketplace, and that's key to ease of use and adoption by your sales force, and you'll see more of that in a few minutes. And like your Syteline systems, the N4 CRM platform can be customized and personalized. Fields can be added, screen or form designs can be tailored, and fields moved around to meet your needs, so you're getting exactly what you need without custom programming. A couple key points, it is an open system as your Infor Syteline partner. We've developed some integration, but there's custom integration available as well as Infor Xyon platform. So you're going to have access to your key ERP Syteline information where you need it in the CRM system. Couple interesting things that I think differentiate Infor CRM from some other platforms are these last two boxes. It is available just like your Syteline system with a perpetual on-premise license. So as opposed to some of the cloud-only solutions, you're not stuck in exclusively in a long-term subscription or rental to meet your needs. So there is flexibility there to run it in the cloud or bring it on site and put it in a server in your computer room like many of you have your Syteline servers. And the pricing options are also more flexible than most of the other solutions out there, and that you can assign and license named users, concurrent users, and mobile users in combination, so you're not limited to just a single licensing model. That allows the software configuration and the overall pricing to be custom tailored to your business needs. A couple introductory slides. Infor CRM has some of the best Outlook integration called XBAR in the marketplace, and this is key to usability and adoption by your sales force. We all live to some extent or work much of the time in our Outlook inbox, and this allows you to drag and drop and to access all the information without having to go to another application or learn a different process, but still take advantage of the CRM capability for enterprise data. A couple of the key areas that Ross will be taking us through and introducing us to. The reason most of you are here is probably because of your interest in sales force automation or sales management tools. Having an easy to use, full-featured CRM system is going to allow your sales organization to know what's in the pipeline, to be able to share and analyze information, to be more competitive in this ever more complex marketplace. Speaking of marketing, Infor CRM has marketing capabilities to manage marketing campaigns, and it also has integration with some of the leading marketing automation tools. So you can integrate with some of those tools and manage email campaigns with tracking of links and so forth. So you can reach out beyond the ERP with your marketing department as well. And service and support features. The customer lifecycle can involve service after the sale support, and Infor CRM gives you some ability to keep track of service tickets and customer service type activities to ensure everyone has the latest and most up-to-date information to share with the organization. And last slide is mobile, and adoption of the system is key, and the information needs to be complete and correct and current, and one of the ways you accomplish that is having the information always available to your sales and customer service organization, whether it's running on a mobile phone, a smart device, a tablet. It works natively with the device. So if I'm on my phone, I can click on a phone number and auto dial the contact, or click on an address and launch the mapping application. Ties in with email and camera as well. So those abilities that we've all developed working with our devices carry through to Infor CRM and really allow that productivity and that adoption of the sales force to take hold. So with that, let me finish introducing Ross Jones. Ross is Vice President and Practice Manager with Infor CRM, and he will be taking us through the application. He's been working with the application Infor CRM for about 15 years and been involved with about 150 implementations, and he's one of the most experienced Infor CRM experts around, and I'm pleased to have Ross take us through and present our Enterprise CRM for Manufacturers session. Ross, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Let me just show, can everybody see Michael, you can comment. Can you see my window with my cursor moving top left?
Yes, sir, you're live.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks, Michael, for the introduction. And that was a really good precursor to sort of set the scene for why Inforce CRM is a good tool for manufacturing organizations. What we're going to look at this afternoon, it's not going to get a deep dive into the product. We don't have time. But if any of you feel that this could be applicable in your own business, then we'd be delighted to engage and go into a lot more detail and depth with the product. Today is, if you like, we're dipping our toe in the water and to sort of whet the appetite, so to speak. So first thing I wanted to mention is just a little something that Michael referred to, that Charles Phillips mentioned. The whole purpose of bringing on board a full-fledged CRM tool is to give the organization using the ERP products, Syteline and CloudSuite, the ability to have the 360-degree view of the customer. You've probably heard that phrase used many times. What it means is, well, it's sort of obvious really. Before somebody becomes a customer, they're a lead or a prospect. Your sales team and your marketing organization will be reaching out to people to bring new customers into the fold. Then they come on board as a customer, and then they go through the process of placing orders, having orders fulfilled, and often follow-up activities thereafter. So it encompasses all the communications, all the liaison with your organization through your sales, your marketing, your inside sales, your management, and with all of your customers and prospects out there. What we're going to look at today is just a sort of, as I say, scratching the surface a bit there, first of all. So the first thing to just be aware of is that that 360-degree view may be served up in different ways for different parts of the organization. What you're looking at here, this is the web client, and we'll be looking at two other methods of accessing CRM briefly today as well. As Michael mentioned, if you're on a mobile device, and everybody tends to use a mobile phone these days, it's really useful to have access to your customer information just in your pocket. Open your phone, press a button, and boom, you can see the information about your customers. And we'll take a quick look at the mobile client. We'll also look at the Outlook integration, because as we all know, all of us tend to live a lot of our time, our days, within the Outlook application, so to have CRM available there too is extremely useful. But we're going to start here in the web client. Again, I'm not going through in a great amount of detail. I'll just draw your attention to a couple of things on the screen. First of all, the application is highly configurable, and we assist our people who use the application with that, configuring it the way you want. And to sort of give you an example, down the left-hand side, sales, marketing, customer service, or support may be functional areas of your business. And within each of those are areas within the application that you're going to immediately find the information that you're looking for. CRM is only going to be useful to you if the information that's stored within it can be extracted and used in a timely manner. And you'll see what I mean by that with a couple of examples as we go through this. It is, after all, a very sophisticated database application, but how you use the information in there is the reason why it's of benefit to you as a business. Whether it's seeing the communications with an important customer of yours, who last spoke to John, that's an important question. Can we find the communication that was sent to a company, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago? We can find that in CRM because it pulls all the information together. And one method of serving the information up is through an area of dashboards. This area here, the welcome screen, gives me a selection of configurable dashboards. So depending on what my role is, I may want to serve up information that is specific to what I do. So if I'm in, if I'm in a VP of sales role, I may want to see a view of sales pipeline. If I'm in a discrete salesperson's role, this person here, Barbara Hutchinson, she's a sales rep, she may want to see her opportunities represented with value over a period of time. And if you're in inside sales, you may want to see problem tickets split down by problem areas. Hey, where are we having most calls about the products and services that we offer? And down here, you'll see links to the direct records that relate to the charts and graphs shown here. So firstly, the system is configured to make it easy for you, no matter what your role in the manufacturing organization, to get access to the information that's relevant and pertinent to you. And this is all configurable. I can simply add content. I can change this information as and when I wish. So finding that information is important. If I'm in a direct sales role, I may be looking to draw people into the organization as customers, so I may want to manage leads. If any of your salespeople refer to, hey, yes, we've got a new lead, that may mean a different thing to different people in the organization, but primarily it is something that is not yet sold and hopefully, or perhaps not yet a customer. But so a lead can be a person, an organization, or a deal, really, a sales opportunity. And the system allows you to track the lead, manage the lead, nurture the lead, and liaise with said lead. So in the system there may be a list of leads. If I just pull one up here, then a lead, in this case, it's a person, Chuck, works for Advanced Machines, and down below I'm going to see all the things that have gone on with Chuck, the marketing activities that we've reached out to him for, the history of liaison with him, whether we've sent emails, whether he's responded, have we spoken to him, did we meet with him? And at some point, Chuck has expressed an interest to buy something from us. We can convert him, here, convert a qualified lead, and then Chuck, an Advanced Machine, migrate, if you will. It disappears as a lead and becomes a contact, Chuck, at a company, an account called Advanced Machine. And now I can start the real sales process of tracking an opportunity with this company and hopefully bring that opportunity to fruition. Sometimes the sales process can take a long time. We hear about a piece of hopefully new piece of business, but it may take months, possibly a year or more, to bring that deal across the line for us. So being able to have visibility of that process is really going to be really helpful. So let's imagine for a moment, Chuck, or I'll find another account where I've got some information already. Let's go and look at this company called Abbott Limited. So I'm looking at a single record, a company here. I can see all the people who work there. More importantly, I can see the opportunities that are down here for this particular client. And if I open up any one of these opportunities, I can see the information contained therein, the products that they want to purchase, when they're going to buy it. Notice there we're hoping we're going to close this in November. Low probability at the moment, it's early on in the process. But the system allows me to move stepwise through a sales process. If I identify a sales process here, I can then stepwise move through in a managed way, doing various things to make sure we don't miss anything. And at the time it comes to getting his signature on the contract at the bottom here, he's going to make a decision and we win the contract. The point of this is that if you need a methodology to work you through from a lead to closing the business, then the system is very flexible and allows, as you could see here, multiple different types of processes if you wish to bring those to bear in different parts of your business. You may have one type of business which is a 4-stage process, easy. You may have another type of business which is a 10-stage process with lots of intricate steps. System allows for that if you need to that. So we've converted a lead, we've identified a sales opportunity, we want to bring that across the line. At some point we may want to send them a quote. I can send a quote directly from the opportunity if I wish. Again, the benefit to your organization now is if anyone in your organization needs to know what is going on with Abbott Limited, there is one place to go, the Abbott Limited account, and I will see all the opportunities there. I will see all the quotes that we've sent. I will see all the communications. So back on the Abbott Limited opportunity, I will see, as I just said, all the opportunities. There may be many. All the quotes. If I want to look at quotes, I can bring quotes up onto my view, just show this. If I'm in a different role, I may not need to see the information. I simply hide it. I do want to see the information. I can see all the quotes for this client, when it was sent, what the value was, whether or not we've won that quote. It can be multiple quotes for a particular sales opportunity. All the information is going to be shown here. More importantly, I can see at a glance all the interactions with this company, with Abbott Limited. So whether I'm a field sales guy calling on John at Abbott Limited on a visit, or I'm a customer service representative taking a call from anyone at the organization, all the information is going to be shown here under the notes and history for the account. It's extremely useful and valuable to your organization to be able to find one location to see all that information. Whether I send an email, the actual content of the email will open as I click it. If it's a meeting note or a voice note, and as Michael alluded to, if you're even out on the road on a mobile phone and you want to record the notes of a meeting, then those are immediately recorded into the contact record and shown in the system. So if Michael's traveling and he's calling on John Abbott and I'm in the office, then as soon as Michael saves that note into the system, I would see it here and it would show up immediately in the list. So the visibility of that information is extremely important and extremely valuable to you. One of the things that we did mention or briefly mentioned earlier on was the ability to map information in the system. And so if we want to see where the client is, I can show that information on a map and drive a route to see 10 customers visiting Chicago, show me all my customers in Chicago, plan me a route to visit them. That's really helpful, and that information is going to show up in the view here. So also from a customer service perspective, so I'm tending to be a little bit salesy here. I'm looking at sales operations or sales opportunities for the people there. I may want to see what's happening post-sale. Client calls in, the last shipment was delivered to the wrong location, or the packaging was damaged. Then I can keep track of those issues. They're called tickets in Infor CRM. I can have a discrete ticket for each and every item that is called in or someone communicates. Again, it's valuable to have this information in one location. If I'm a sales representative calling on Abbott Limited and John Abbott, the owner of the company, was complaining that the shipment was late, there'll be a ticket in here saying that. Before I go and try to sell John on new products and services, I should have an answer to the problems that he's been experiencing. So as a salesperson, I can review the ticket status and open up the tickets and see what's going on before I go into try to sell something else to John. I can diffuse the situation. John, I know the last shipment was late. Let me give you an update on the progress that we're making to avoid that happening in the future. Would be a good precursor to, and by the way, let's talk about the new products you want to buy from us. Just simple things like viewing a hierarchy of the account is sometimes useful. I can see how they relate to a parent, Abbott Worldwide, and they have a subsidiary account in here, and as I click on them, you can see the people who relate to this account. There they are. So if I deal with big organizations, sometimes we ship to multiple locations. With a big organization, then I'll be able to see the relationship of all those organizations within my CRM tool. Really handily there. What I'd like to now briefly do is just pop across to my the mobile view, and I'll just show you what that looks like over here. Let's just move over here. Let's try this one. You should now be seeing a tall, thin screen. Michael, can you just confirm you can see that?
Yes, sir, you're good.
Okay, excellent. So imagine this is your smartphone. Anything that runs Android or iOS is going to be, or anything actually with a browser that runs HTML5 is compatible. It's actually looking at a website and serving up the information on your phone. So what this is allowing you to do now, and it's very intuitive, there's a simple menu at the top. So you press this with your finger and you could see the related information over here that is going to be relevant to you. I can see my leads and contacts and accounts. I'll be able to see my quotes and sales orders if that's relevant as well. But more importantly, I can see perhaps what I'm doing this week. So just the simple matter that there's an orange dot in these dates allows me to see I've got meetings scheduled. Here are the meetings. I can actually open a meeting here, and I could complete the meeting notes from here if I want to. If I want to complete it, I can just simply type into the notes field. Point to note, I don't know if any of you have used the speech-to-text capabilities on your phone. Show me the nearest restaurant. How do I get to wherever? but speech-to-text is enabled in Infor CRM mobile client, which means it's actually of really good high value. I'm in seeing John Abbott. I've come out of the meeting. I'm sitting in the car. I'm about to drive to the next appointment. I can open up the activity representing the meeting with him, and I can start typing, I can start speaking, had a great meeting, reconnect in 2 weeks. I could have spoken that using Siri rather than, I was typing it obviously, but if I was able to, if I'd had speech to text enabled on my phone, then at the bottom of the screen here normally is this little keyboard. I select the microphone and I can now start talking, and it will transcribe my speech directly into text into the meeting notes, which I can assure you, if you tried doing that with your thumbs and typing a lot of information, you've probably tried it. It's pretty hard work. To speak to your phone and recognizing your voice is extremely easy, which makes utilizing this interface actually quite very useful. So I can see this information at a glance. I want to go and visit an account. I can look up a particular account. I want to go and find Abbott because I'm going to visit them. Oh, there's two. Remember Abbott Limited related to Abbott Worldwide? No, I want to see Abbott Limited. At Abbott Limited now, on your phone, you're going to be served up information not in an overwhelming way, in discrete chunks of information. I want to call Abbott. I would press that, it'll dial the number. When it completes the call and hangs up, the note screen that you just saw would allow me to capture the note and record a brief summary of what I talked about. If I wanted to see where these people are, I could map it, and simply it'll load the address, and whatever the mapping application is on your phone, allow me to see where they are. Useful. So the related items to the actual record that I'm looking at will be shown here. I can see the opportunities. I can see who works there. I can see the John's details here. So all the information that I need to know is going to be at my fingertips. And whilst you may be thinking, well, we don't really use mobile, we probably wouldn't have an application for that, I can assure you, as it's free, then most people, if they're using Infor CRM, will use the mobile client because it's so easy to manage and have it available for them. It's in their pocket. You open it, you touch an icon, and you're in CRM. On a Sunday afternoon, what am I doing this coming week? Rather than going to your computer, you pull open your phone, look up here, look up my calendar, and you can see at a glance exactly what's going on in your life, and you can see exactly what's happening. And because it's live into the database, any changes that are made by any of your colleagues are immediately represented here. So mobility is important in this day and age. Everybody likes to have that information. Where is this client? What are the state of the opportunities for this client? Where are they physically located? Who last spoke to John? All of that information is available on my phone. So now we'll take a quick look over here at, let's take a look at Microsoft Outlook, and we'll take the third method of accessing the system. John, Michael, again, you can see this, right? Outlook.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Just doing a sanity check because I want to make sure we're not talking to a blank screen. So the concept of CRM in Outlook, it's actually called XBar. It's a bar or a module that sits to the right of your Outlook client, and it actually in real time picks up information from your database. So in the background, this is an email that I sent to John Abbott. We were just on his record, if you remember, but I also CC'd Gibson, actually it may have been two, Gibson Jones. And if you remember Gibson Jones, you may not have seen that. He was a member of the subsidiary company called Hazelmere. So when I highlight the record, if I'm down here, see what happens on the right, something is whirring. When I go back and highlight this record, it whirs and picks up or is looking for 3 records. The sender, Ross Jones, it doesn't find me in the CRM database. It finds the recipients, though, John and Gibson. They're both down here as records because they can see information about them. It says there's a contact called John Abbott. There's a contact called Gibson Jones. What this now does for you, it passively pulls information automatically into this view. There has to be a little bit of interaction, actually. So perhaps the first thing I want to say is, well, how important is John Abbott he works for Abbott Limited. If I click on the dashboard link, it immediately opens up. Actually, that little whirring goes out to the system, pulls back real-time information, and tells me there are 16 sales opportunities worth $350,000, but there are 5 tickets, problems perhaps, that exist. So without me making any further comment, I know that this customer is important to us. We've obviously got lots of sales deals going on, and obviously something is going on in the background about the issues. And similarly, I could look at the other recipient. What about Gibson Jones? Look at his dashboard. Oh yeah, they're also important. 5 opportunities, worth some money, 2 open tickets. And I can drill into this information to see more about the company if I wish to. So how important is Hazelmere? I can see there's been some activities scheduled. I can see the details of these opportunities. If I click on these, it takes me deeper into the actual opportunity. And I can see the problem tickets down here. I can see even more. There's more people who work there. And attachments. There may be a quotation sent out to this customer. There may have been a request for quotation sent to us as an attachment to an email. Those attachments will show in this record. And by the way, they'll also show in the mobile client. So if you clicked on Gibson Jones in the mobile client, any attachments linked to that record would show on your phone. So here too, any attachments will show at this record level for you. The purpose of this is to make access to CRM easy, readily accessible, and without having to do really much legwork at all. It just serves the information up. If I want to go deeper, I click into the information to find more information. What if, though, let's say this person wasn't a sender, but I'd sent it to some, or received it from somebody, and they're not in my database? I could simply highlight the address block, drag it over here, perhaps over here. Notice I'm loitering over Abbott Limited, and say, what do I want to do with that information? It's actually put it on the clipboard, because I highlighted it. Hey, I want to create a new contact. And by clicking a new contact, what it does, it passes the information out, says, oh, this looks like a name, middle initial, last name. Because I was hovering over Abbott, it says, do you want to add Ross to Abbott Limited, or put it somewhere else? Picks up my title and so on, picks up a home phone, which obviously is false, but everything else it got right. So if someone is contacting us and they're not in my system, because I can see that, remember, because they're not showing, there isn't a record, then I can create a new CRM record directly from the interface in Outlook. So what we're finding is, and what Infor has done, is try to develop ways that getting access to the CRM information is really easy, really useful, and can be handled, in the simplest possible way, and without having to jump over many hoops at all. So the 3 methods I've just shown you, I'm going to go back to the web client because there's just a couple of other things I'd like to round out in that. But just to recap, accessibility for this information, whoever you are in the organization, is going to be easy. It may be through the Outlook client, like I've just been showing you. It may be through the mobile client, the mobile client over here, and I can see the information shown on my cell phone as we looked. Or it may be in the web client, depending on, and you can look at all 3, of course, all the time if you wish, as I'm doing here. I'm accessing the system live, and I'm making 3 data connections into the application, and the information is always going to be there for me. So wherever or however I want to access the information, whatever role I am in your company, then I can have the easiest method served up to me in my pocket, at my desktop, through the web. And of course, being a web client, I can access this anywhere in the world if I wish to. I'm on a beach in the Bahamas, and I just happen to have Wi-Fi access on my laptop, and then I can dial directly in and see the information. More likely that'll be on my phone, and I could look at it as long as I have cellular data. I can see that information immediately there for me. So one thing I just wanted just to take a little stage further, I'd mentioned if the system doesn't serve you the information up readily, remember I said that, then it just becomes an overblown database. there must be an advantage to you, the user, as to why this may be helpful for you. I've touched on a couple of items. I can see all the communications that are going on between us and a client. That's really important. This is at a granular level, though. But if I want to draw out and see it as a slightly broader view, perhaps I want to visualize information differently. Perhaps I'm in sales and I'm the VP of sales and I want to see all my sales opportunities, not just with one client, but across the whole organization. So now if I go into a view that allows me to see all the records, opportunities, I'm looking at everything that I'm allowed to see, and security would disallow you from seeing things that you're not allowed to see. Example, there may be two businesses in your organization, business A and business B. Business A mustn't see or shouldn't see the customers in business B, and you can absolutely segregate that so that people in one business unit never sees what's going on in the other. I'm logged in as administrator here, bottom of the screen, so I'm going to see everything. What I'm looking at is a list of, in this case, all opportunities. That's a lot of information. But if I'm in sales, I'm really more interested in things that are happening that's going to affect our business. So on the right-hand side here, the system allows me to filter that data to get information out in an easy-to-digest manner. Example, I only want to see opportunities that are real and open. In other words, if we won the business here, closed one, I'm not interested. Water under the bridge. Show me the open ops. One click and instantly open opportunities. Interested. What if I'm say I want to see only those opportunities that are closing in April? Click. Again, I now have a list. All those that are going to close in April immediately before me. What if I am a sales representative? So I only want to see my deals. Notice account manager down here. So let's look at Barb's deals. So now Barbara Hutchinson is a salesperson and she has responsibility for whatever. This is her sales pipeline for this month. To her, this would be really important. It would be very important for her to know whether or not she's going to close this business and which company she should be speaking to. And you can see just by clicking and unclicking, I can see the level of detail change immediately. And if I am Barb and I want to see my deals, I could save this information. And remember, on my welcome screen, I could have a view of my April opportunities. Keeps me focused. It allows me then, or anyone else in my organization who's going to see what's coming down the pike from a manufacturing perspective. What are we going to sell the next quarter? Is it in the forecast? Has this been actually added to the forecast? So another view, for example, may be different type of view, but this time I've got, where did it go? It's in the first one. I can say, and those that are added to the forecast. Notice I've added just a column in here called saying, is it in the forecast, true or false? Yes, it is. In other words, Barbara is putting her life on the line and saying, I'm betting serious money that this is going to happen. So yes, I'm forecasting this. Show me only those that are true in the forecast. Okay, there's 3 deals that she's hanging her hat on that really will. So from a manufacturing perspective, these are the ones that Barb says are real, are going to actually happen. Right, let's tool up and make sure we can deliver those. The point of this is that depending on the level of detail you need to see and how you need to understand the information, it's all going to be here for you in one place, whether it's the communications with the customer, whether it's the sales opportunities that are driving our business forward, helping the manufacturing team know what they should be tooling up for over the next month, quarter, half year, or whatever. All that information is going to be found in one location. And if you need to see it in detail, web client is the way to go. If you need to see it in summary and ease of access, mobile client is probably what you'd need. And if you need to see it from the comfort of your chair in the office while working in Outlook, then you can have it there too. So all the information is going to be available at your fingertips, however you want to connect with it, and there so that you can move your business forward. Just the last thing I just wanted to touch on is, just before I wrap up, is just to summarize again what I sort of started with. Depending on the role you're in, you'll want to see different information. The system is designed to do that for you. I'm Barb Hutchinson. That's the view I need to see of the opportunities this month. Or maybe, actually, I may need to see the next 2 months. Well, let's add in May as well. Okay, there's a couple of deals in May that she needs to look at as well. So depending on how I want to look at this information, it's going to show there, sales rep. If I'm not the sales rep, I will see everybody, and I'll see the whole information flow before me. What if I'm in marketing? Good question. If I'm in marketing, I'm going to be more interested in people rather than companies. Sure, I'm going to market to Abbott Limited, but it's going to be these people I'm going to market to. So the thing I may want to do within my marketing role is to slice my database into show me everybody in Chicago, show me everybody with manager in their name, show me, and so on. You can slice your data into the sort of groups of people who are going to be the people who are going to respond to your marketing efforts. And as Michael mentioned earlier on, if you are into digital marketing, you're using your website, you're using email communications, then there's a number of third-party marketing automation tools and email marketing tools that integrate natively within Infor CRM. Anyway, that's the sort of the summary of what I wanted to talk about today. We didn't go through all the different areas. We don't have time. That was not the purpose. The intent was to, as I say, whet the appetite, scratch the surface, see what's available for you with what the information is going to be contained within here, within the CRM tool, and if integrated with Syteline, then the information pulled across from Syteline as well.